Yes, so this is Frakas Mo Fire Fuka Fuka. We4We Media way up in here still. Today we're going to be talking about the drama between Nyesom Wike and the PDP party of Nigeria. Yes, as you all know, Nyesom Wike contested for the PDP primaries. He lost out to Atiku last minute. A lot of people had believed or thought that Nyesom Wike was going to win, but he didn't win. Nyesom Wike is very aggrieved. He felt like in 2019, that the presidency was zoned to the north, basically, because nobody from the south contested, according to the PDP constitution. So during that period, it was people like Bukola Saraki, it was Atiku. Those were the ones that contested, and a few others. And then Atiku, it was even Tambuwal. Atiku won. So this time around, Nyesom Wike and a couple of other southern Nigerian governors felt that since the North had had 8 straight years of presidency with President Muhammadu Buhari, that they needed the president to rotate back to the south. And they agreed on that, taking it back to the south. But then all of a sudden, the PDP formed a group to zone it or micro-zone it. A lot of people felt that the southeast needed that zoning, micro-zoning, but it didn't happen that way. They decided in the end to throw it open. And then Atiku won. So Nyesom Wike, governor of Rivers State, felt very aggrieved because he felt he had cruised, he was really cruising to victory. And he had carried PDP on his back for many years, even when people like Atiku, when people like Bukola Saraki, when people like even the current chairman of PDP, Senator Ayu, most of them left the PDP in the past while Wike was still there. So Wike, according to a lot of people, spent a lot of his cash or Rivers State money, I don't know, to keep PDP afloat and keep them maintaining the status of a very viable opposition. So he kind of felt entitled, to that presidency. And when it didn't happen, oh my God, it just went crazy. So now, a lot of people are saying all of a sudden, Nyesom Wike now thinks there's a problem with tribalism and ethnic jingoism going on. So he's accusing the Fulanis now, Tambuwal specifically, of playing ethnic politics by supporting Atiku at the primaries and giving Atiku all of his delegates. He felt that's an infraction, that you can withdraw, but you're not supposed to give your delegates to someone. So he felt that Nyesom Wike felt like Tambuwal and Atiku are both ethnic Fulanis, and that's why that's why they rigged him out practically. So now the PDP needs Nyesom Wike, of course, because Rivers State is it's a good state to hold. It's a good prize to win. But Nyesom Wike has given them a big run for their money. He's been fraternizing with a lot of other parties. He's been hanging out with Peter Obi. He even hung out with people from Tinubu's crew a few times, So I think, people are just wondering, and then he's saying the only way he can support Atiku is if Senator Ayu, who's the current chairman of the PDP, were to resign. Now, Atiku doesn't want to force Ayu to resign because he feels that forcing Ayu to resign now would make his election of his ascension or his election to the presidency very difficult. So now the problem they're having is Nyesom Wike rightfully says that if the candidate, and he said it was agreed upon by Senator Ayu and also by Atiku, if the candidate is from the north, the chairman of the party should be from the south. and vice versa. So now that the Atiku had emerged from the north, yeah, Ayu, who's also from the north, should not be chairman of the party. So they're demanding for a southern person to be the chairman of the PDP. Now, people are saying, a lot of people are hailing Nyesom Wike for standing up to the powers that be. They like his groove, they like his swag, he's very comedic, he makes people laugh, he's a fun guy to be around with. But there are a lot of things that are hanging over his head. One was the massacre in Obibo. A lot of people felt like he indiscriminately killed a lot of people in Obibo just in the name of chasing after IPOB militants in Obibo, that they allegedly killed a police officer, a couple of police officers, and eventually that was proven not to be the case. But he went into Obibo and killed a lot of people. So that's hanging over him. A lot of people don't see, even as much as they see him as a crusader, they see him as that force. But that Obibo massacre is still hanging over people's imagination, or people's, how would I put it, people's view of him. So this happened in 2020, I believe so, yes. 2020, after the NSAS protest. That's number one. Number two, people are now saying, some people are calling Wike the newborn saint of the people. He sounds so good. He screams about marginalization. He talks about, oh, you can't marginalize the South. You can't marginalize the South. But people are asking, who from the South helped marginalize the South because of their selfish interests earlier? And the answer people are giving is Nyesom Wike. Because he had all the chance in the world when he knows that the Southeast had never produced a president for Nigeria, and everybody felt this time was the time for the Southeast to produce a president. So they needed the presidency for the PDP to be microzone to the Southeast. Even Atiku himself said if he were to be microzone to the Southeast, that he would not be contesting. But if he were to be zoned to the South, he will be against it, because even his Northeast has not even held the presidency either. So there was this consensus, or seeming consensus, that the PDP should zone or microzone it to the Southeast. But it didn't happen. Now the question is, why did Nyesom Wike not vigorously cry out foul and marginalization when the PDP failed to microzone it to the Southeast? Now the answer, you want to know? Now let me tell you the answer. One, Nyesom Wike is not from the Southeast. He's from the South. He's an Igbo man from River State, even though he denied his Igbo-ness. And people think he denied his Igbo-ness earlier when he massacred people in Obibo, just so he can prove to Tambuwa and some other northern hegemonic guys that he's not that Igbo. Since everybody seems to be afraid of the word Igbo in Nigeria, I guess they're still thinking about the civil war that happened how many years ago. So Nyesom Wike tried to distance himself from that Igbo stuff, and it didn't work out for him. So if he were that much of a saint, he could have vigorously campaigned for the microzoning of the PDP ticket to the Southeast, but he didn't do that. Now, next question is, when it was supposed to go to the South, in general, Nyesom Wike welcomed it. Why? Because he's from the South, which is also the South. But he felt that it was going to be difficult for any microzoning to occur, or for him to even emerge again as a candidate from the South, because the former president, Jonathan, was also from the South. So now, when Atiku and a few other northern hegemonic guys decided or plotted to have the presidency be thrown out in the open for everybody to contest, free for all. Atiku, what's his name? Nyesom Wike went with that. Why? Because he felt that he's from the South, and that was a chance for him to be a president. All I'm saying is this. And now when that one didn't go through, he lost the primaries, and now he's crying foul. He's saying that they played him. That now he says Ayu must go. He's right. Ayu has to go if the candidate is from the north, the chairman has to be from the south. But why is he making so much noise about it? I encourage people to be crusaders. That's who I am naturally. You understand? I'm a natural crusader for social justice, equity, fairness, all that. But Nyesom Wike, welcome to the club. But are you doing it because this is who you really are, or are you doing it for your selfish interest? A lot of people are saying that Nyesom Wike wants Ayu to go so he could replace him with a southern candidate for chairmanship, and through that candidate, he will mess Atiku's chances up in becoming the next president. That way, 2027 will be open for Nyesom Wike to run for presidency. Because if Atiku were to go in now, it will be another 8 years before Nyesom could come. So if we can mess up Atiku's chances right now, it will create another opportunity for him to try again in 2023, 2027. These are all speculations. We don't know. But I would just want to say, Nyesom Wike, welcome to the club. We welcome you to the club of crusaders for social justice. We just want to make sure that you're real, bro. You're real. You got to be real. No have big stuff. And don't be cherry picking what to fight for. You can't cherry pick. You have to fight for everything. All injustices, fight against them and fight for the people whenever, however. And not him where I get. So now no. I should be no big kono. No where the poor Omekome. Ya be onyoro. Nyesom Wike, they claim say in Sabi all these guys from the north. Say in Sabi them, say they are not to be trusted. So does that mean he's part of them? Can he be trusted himself? Omekome ya be onyoro. But anyway, I remember Frakas more fire, fuka. We4We media, we have been here, yeah.
Val Media Pinnacle Entertainment. Derima. More fire. Fuka.